Hey guys, this is gonna be my review on the Lamzu Thorn. Lamzu was nice enough to send this mouse out like a week or two. Um, I've really enjoyed this mouse, but I originally didn't like ergos, but this mouse kind of like swayed me over to ergos, honestly, over even my last mini that I've used like for so long since like whenever it first released. Honestly, this mouse doesn't feel like pre-production. It feels like a retail copy, but I'll go over the build quality. No issues with that and stuff like that. Pushing, no creaking or anything along those lines. As far as shape wise, people are gonna obviously go for like the Pulsar and the EC because they're pretty close. But this mouse is a little different because the hump feels more of your palm back here compared to this one. Like you'll see, like how like the hump goes downward, and this one doesn't go as downward as fast. Um, but I really like that because I think that was a problem for me, and it caused my hand to tilt when I use ergos. And I don't really have that problem with this one, so I perform pretty well. Basically, like I'm on a symmetrical mice. Um, but as far as weight, it's 52 grams, which is pretty light, especially for how it's not really big, but it feels bulky in the hand since the hump is further back. But I do prefer this Thorn over, like, say, the Pulsar X2 or V2 or X Lite, whatever it is. I'm not sure. It's been so long since I've used that mouse, but as far as like feel in the hand, it just feels way better because it just you have more contact right here. Um, I do enjoy how the side buttons are. Some people won't like them. They're a little bigger than most mice, and they stick out a little bit more, but honestly, I've grown to like them since it makes it really easy to click with them. As far as, like, grooves in the mouse 1 and 2, you don't have really anything, like, crazy, but you do have just a hair of grooves, so I think even, like, if they added grooves, like, more aggressive, that would've been really nice since it causes your hand to sit. I think that's what's so good about the old Death Adder, and it was that I don't think I've used a mouse, like, as comfortable as the old Death Adder, honestly. Um, but the sensor is 33.95. No issues with that. You get the 4K dongle when you purchase it. You have to pay extra for the 4K dongle. You only get the 1K dongle in the box, but you can purchase the 4K separately. And I would say, why not buy that anyway? Um, but the skates are really nice. They're kind of a weird layout compared to most, but I haven't had no issues with that. Um, I know some people do prefer bigger skates, so you might prefer that honestly, but these are perfectly fine. The coating is it's all right. Yeah, I'm still like a huge fan of the charcoal, the first edition of the Lannis Mini. Uh, that coating was really good. I wish they would have kept it, but this kind of coating kind of feels like the XM2 ish to me. Because I have really oily hands. As you can see, the pad. I have skin issues, so yeah. But as far as like the buttons and stuff on this mouse, they're really nice. They're optical switches, and they're some of the best. They're along the lines of the Pulsar, Bruce Lee, and the new V2 has them also. I haven't used one of those, so I can't really say, but they're some of the nicest opticals I've used along with razors. But the side buttons, no issues with the clicking in those. The buttons are a little bigger, so beware of that. The scroll wheel one's a little different than the Atlantis Mini for me, but it feels more like a Zowie scroll wheel and it's a little louder. But I kind of like it. You feel the steps a little more defined, so no issues with that. Here's a quick test of all the buttons. Five buttons and scroll wheel. Yeah, I had no issues with these. The sizing of the mouse is 119 by 65 by 42, 52 grams. So really light for what it is. I do prefer this over any other mouse, like ERGO wise. So if you're looking for ERGO that's something different, you might think this might be your pick if you like something more in the back of your palm. The weight balancing, it it does feel balanced, but yeah, you shouldn't really feel any issues with it. Battery life, it really surprised me how long this lasts. I only use it on 1K most of the time, so it lasted around, I would say, 4 to 5 days with like 10 to 15 hours of gameplay. So, which is pretty crazy. I have put in about 10 to 15 hours every day since I've got it, and the clicks haven't really changed either. So, yeah, I wouldn't think you would have any issues with that, but you would probably get around 30 to 35 hours with 2K and then like 25 to 30-ish hours with 4K. I think it said 2K the first time, but yeah. So battery life is pretty decent, honestly. I mean, you probably get more out of something like Razer and stuff like that, but still very solid for the price point. Software is like your standard like Lamzu software, so you shouldn't really have any issues with that. You can set up like macros, change polling rate, all those things. Um, I can show an example right quick. Uh, this let's see. All this is raw, so I try to just be as real as it gets doing all this. I don't do any cuts or anything or scripted, so it's all real. This is the software. You can change all this stuff, so not many issues. The macros do work well on this if you're kind of wondering, because I use it for one of my MMO games. But yeah, that should be it about the Lamzu Thorn. Really comfortable mouse. I'd say it's the best ergo of 2023, honestly. And it's probably my favorite ergo mouse, and I might end up maining it over the Lannis Mini just because the fact that it's more comfortable. Um, and yeah, it's so well built. Lamzu, like I'm not sure, but they always seem to do very well when they release stuff. They also have really good support, so if you message them and you have an issue, they literally sent me out a new battery for my Atlantis Mini, and in like less than a week. So you can't really complain about that. But have a good day, full controllers, and thanks for watching. And I'll try to get a lethal Saturn soft video out soon. That's probably going to be the #1 control pad. I'm not sure. Like, that shows how important bases are. It's just how good that pad is compared to the older versions. I even prefer it over the mid prototype I have. It's just that good for some reason. That and the Mori is probably my top 2 control pads. So basically link my video in the future. But have a good day. Bye.